You told yourself you'd check one headline. That was 47 minutes, a border dispute, 2 celebrity divorces, and a concerning weather pattern ago. Let's see how many of these apply to you. No judgment, just data. You feel worse after scrolling than before, but you keep doing it anyway. Your phone is the last thing you touch before sleep and the first thing you pick up after waking. And you've read a headline about something you have zero ability to influence and felt your whole body tense up. The internet would love for you to believe this behavior is a personal willpower failure or some kind of flawed personality trait, usually so it can sell you a productivity app. This behavior emerges from a highly specific mechanical and biological mismatch between your ancient hardware and the software in your hands. Your brain has a built-in hardware system for scanning the environment for danger. It's ancient, it's fast, and it does not care that the danger is a push notification about a supply chain issue in a country you couldn't point to on a map. Negative information gets prioritized by your attention system over neutral or positive data. This is called negativity bias, and it's one of the most consistently replicated findings in psychology. When your brain locks on to bad news at midnight, it is performing its survival programming flawlessly, treating potential threats as more urgent than everything else. Here is the shape of the problem. Your brain is constantly looking for a signal that the threat is resolved so it can power down, but an app's business model relies on keeping the information intentionally incomplete forever. Because there's always one more scroll that might resolve the tension, your nervous system processes the infinite feed as an ongoing apocalypse that it is personally responsible for monitoring. Then you have to factor in the clock. Your capacity to catch yourself before opening an app is simply not the same at 9 a.m. as it is at 11 p.m. Some researchers describe this as a daily depletion of self-regulation, where resisting impulses draws on a limited resource that runs low by the end of the day. I want to flag that this concept, often called ego depletion, is genuinely debated in psychology. Some studies support it, while other replication attempts haven't held up. But what remains consistent across the research is that combining an unresolved biological threat loop, your lowest daily point of self-regulation, and a glowing screen creates a perfectly engineered structural trap. You are fighting a design problem, not a lack of discipline. Because this is an environmental trap, trying harder won't fix it. You cannot out-discipline the equivalent of a slot machine. You just have to stop sitting in front of it. The first tactic is the 15-minute scroll window. Pick one specific daytime block, say 12:15 to 12:30, and that becomes the only time you open news or social apps. Giving your threat-scanning loop one bounded outlet a day actually starves the urge to check it late at night. Before you open anything outside that window, use a 2-question filter. Ask yourself, can I act on this information right now? And will this specific piece of information matter in 48 hours? If the answer to both is no, wait 60 seconds. Tactic 3 is the 6-foot charge rule. Your phone must be plugged in far enough away from your bed that reaching it requires physically standing up. These rules succeed because they bypass your nighttime decision fatigue entirely. By making the automatic reach physically impossible, you remove willpower from the equation. Sometimes the free tactics need backup. When behavioral boundaries fail at midnight, you have to escalate to physical tools that override human nature. This is the K-Safe time-locking container. It is simply a plastic box with a dial timer and absolutely zero overrides. You drop your phone in 90 minutes before you want to be asleep, set the dial, and it locks, completely indifferent to how much you regret your choices at 11:47 p.m. Holding onto your phone because it's your alarm clock? The Hatch Restore 3 solves that. It's a sunrise alarm clock that entirely removes the functional excuse of needing a screen by your bed to wake up. And if you are simply struggling with the physical impulse to handle an object before sleep, keeping a 1-line-a-day journal right on your nightstand provides a tactile analog replacement for the glowing screen. Lasting change comes from designing an environment that protects the exhausted 11 p.m. version of you, ensuring you never rely on discipline you simply don't possess at the end of the day.